All right, let's get to this the first thing I want to read. Um this is after I did the Jimmy Kimmel show. This woman writes to me. She writes, "Donate to victims, clown." That's the headline. And then she goes, "Yeah, go on the CIA Kimmel Aparachik show," whatever the hell that means. I just love that she started her email with the word "yeah," like we were already in an argument. Yeah, go on the CIA Kimmel show. Put down concerned people who just happen to care. Stand with the liberal elite. Vote Kamala. Where's the joy, Bill? Can I ask you a question? When the fuck did I do any of that? Okay, instead of dissing people who are rightfully outraged about the liberal elite tone-deaf DEI, which means diversity, equality, and inclusivity, I think, insanity, why not go help people suffering? Or are you concerned your manicure might suffer? This is the credibility. I was a lifelong Democrat until 2016 when Hillary stole the primary from Bernie. I and so many others are fucking sick of Democrats, Hollywood CIA operatives, and all other media bullshit. Keep having fun with the intelligence community, Bill. Okay, now in defense of me, I went out there and I was deliberately apolitical. I was trying to bring people together because once again, just like in the pandemic, I was watching something be politicized that didn't need to be politicized. All right, I don't even know where to begin with this thing. Okay, instead of dissing people who are rightfully outraged, you're not rightfully outraged. You don't give a fuck about the victims. What you want to do is pin this on a Democrat because you're a 24-hour news junkie. And I know you are because you're using all of that speak. Hillary. I was a lifelong Democrat until 2016 when Hillary stole the primary from Bernie. So that means if you were a lifelong Democrat, then you voted for Bill Clinton for 2 fucking terms. And that whole fucking conspiracy theory about them killing people existed back then. And then secondly, Hillary didn't steal the primary from Bernie. It was worse. The people voted that they wanted Bernie to represent the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party said, fuck you, we're giving it to Hillary. And then in 2020, the people again said, we want Bernie, and the Democratic Party said, fuck you, to their own fucking base. You're getting forgetful Freddie. And then this past election, you got forgetful Freddie until the fourth quarter, and then they wheel out Kamala. You also didn't choose them. So if you're a Democrat, you got to be wondering what the fuck is going on with my party. We used to at least get to choose who was going to lie to us for 4 years. And then lastly, suggesting that Jimmy Kimmel is smart enough to be a fucking CIA operative. All right, I know that man personally, okay? He doesn't even pick out his suits. He just walks in. He has a little propeller hat on and a little one of those little hoodsies, chocolate and vanilla. And under his arm, he has a VHS tape of that home run he hit in the celebrity softball game. That's basically 90% of his personality. No, I'm kidding. I love Jimmy. Ma'am, I didn't write back to this person because I feel like they're too far down the rabbit hole. This is literally what I'm trying to not be a part of and not to feed. And if you watch what I said on that thing, I was talking about the fire department and the Department of Water and Power, whatever it is. They did a great fucking job in the worst conditions possible. And for as many houses and everything that was lost, so few people lost their lives. And that's due to them and the whole system that warned people to get the fuck out of there. All right? And as far as blaming, and then somebody takes my clip and goes, Bill supports Gavin Newsom. I couldn't pick that guy out of a fucking lineup. I don't watch politics. I barely watch sports now. Okay? I'm slipping off into the fucking abyss. But what I can't tell you is that when I was a kid, This country, collectively, we hated the Russians. Now, all of a sudden, people hate states. They hate California. If you're from Florida, I don't like you. Or you're from Texas. Or you're from Manhattan, New York City, I don't like you. It's fucked. These fucking assholes at the top are dividing the locker room. And if you listen to them, this is the result, is you become this person who is overtly making they're making this fire political. And it's just like, first of all, if you really want to look at LA, if you want to dip your toe into the history of LA but you don't want a bunch of dry reading, watch the movie Chinatown. All right, this city shouldn't be here. This city is a disaster waiting to happen at any moment. And that started, I don't know how long, 70, 80 fucking years ago. We also at one point had the greatest public transportation out here. Sorry, out in this country. Sorry, New York City. We were in the argument. And then 3 corporations that were actually one pretended, to be a different corporation. The cars and the tire companies got together, they conspired, and they bought up all the trains, all the streetcars, and they ripped up the tracks. Everybody knows this. All right? We've known about global warming since the late 1950s. These corporations have done everything they can to suppress that information, and now we're paying the price. Okay? So, we've all are a part of this mess. It's not a red tie or a blue tie. We are all responsible for this shit, and we need to all get on the same page and start working together instead of sending emails like this or hearing things that people are saying that they're not even fucking saying. Because I can tell you this is the one thing that has been a constant my whole life. Leaders lead. Okay? People who have ulterior motives or who are weak point fingers. Okay? And I don't want to get all fucking political, but, the new prom queen who's going to get crowned today didn't even come out here. And the first move was to be like, that's Newsom's fault. And it's just like, okay, great. This is like the worst fire in the history of LA, and your solution is to make it political and divide people right down the middle. I mean, it's just fucking... Even after 9/11, Democrats knew to not be going like, well, George Bush should have fucking known the planes were coming, They didn't do shit like that. They all got on the same page. And then we started a never-ending war that bankrupted the country. Anyway, so I read this thing because I thought it's funny and sad. And then also the nerve of this fucking person who I know is not going to donate one fucking dime to anybody. To suggest that it's just, I don't know. I know they don't fucking live here or any of that stuff. This whole people's just, their ideas of places, like liberals' ideas of Florida is through CNN's eyes. And conservatives' ideas of California and New York is through Fox News' eyes. And it's these people are not your friends. Neither one of those channels are your friends. I've been saying it for fucking ever. I don't know what to tell you, but I actually go to all the states. And that's what I was saying last week. Go book a vacation in a state that you think that you hate. Go there open-minded and just say, I'm going to have a good time and I'm going to vibe with these people. And I guarantee you, well, I can't say that about people who aren't white. Sorry, I was in my white brain there. As a white person, you can do that, though. I've done it. Anyway, look, my point basically is if we don't all just start accepting the fact that there's different points of views and stuff like that, we need to get back to common decency. Like just the whole way that person just talked to me. There's no way they would take that tone to me face to face. They just wouldn't. Oh, no, it's a woman. Yes, she would. All right, forget that. If it was a guy, though. If it was a guy, you wouldn't, because it's like as men. That's what's funny about men is there always is a certain level of respect, unless you're just looking for a fight, because there's always that thing in the back of your head. I'm like, what if this guy starts swinging on me? Does he know some Kempo karate shit from fucking back in his Chuck Norris days? I don't know. What am I dealing with here? CIA operative. Incredible. All right. And the ironies of all ironies is when I was reading the email, I didn't want to get into it. What I was coming back from was the ironies of all ironies.